And today's topic is why do ticks wax and wane? So, welcome. Hello, everyone. If you are new to the group, my name is Dr. Piper Gibson, and I am a mama who has been in your shoes. And I help scared, frustrated, overwhelmed parents who feel like they have absolutely tried everything to get access to the tools, education, and resources they need in order to start reducing their child's tic disorder symptoms naturally. So, you've tried the chiropractor, you've tried the naturopath, you've tried the pills, potions, and magic beans, you've tried it all. So, that is what I do. I am a doctor of advanced holistic nutrition, I am a traditional naturopathic doctor. I'm board certified in natural medicine and I am a genomics specialist. So, welcome, everybody. Welcome. We are here every single Tuesday for TikTok Tuesday, where we talk about a tick topic. And today we're talking about why do ticks wax and wane. And this was really when I asked if I did a live training, what would you want to know about? This was the number one answer. So we are going to talk about that. I'm going to hop on Facebook really quickly. Just give me a second. You will definitely be able to watch the replay. Okay. And I will, so today I will take questions at the end. I want to kind of talk about all of this and really do a good training. So we've got a good recording. All right, everybody. So if you have questions, absolutely drop it at the end. Get going. Let me just make sure I can see the screen okay. I'm going to put my phone over here. Okay, we're good. Okay. So like I said, this topic was the number one most requested topic on my post from the other day. And parents want to know, why do ticks wax and wane? Why do they come and go? You have this period where there's no ticks and you think, oh my God, they're gone, only for them to pop up a couple of months later. And I know you've been to doctor after doctor, taken more than one spin on the medication merry-go-round. You've invested in supplements, chiropractors, therapy, CBIT, and yet with all of those things that you've tried, somehow you still feel stuck. You feel like you're spinning your wheels and you've researched to the ends of the internet and you're seeking advice in Facebook groups right here. And you just can't seem to make a breakthrough. And you're sick of being written off by your doctors and you're tired of feeling like nobody hears you. And your inability to fix the problem is leaving you scrambling, searching for something more, jumping from idea to idea, spending all of your hours and weekends searching for a solution to your child's tic disorder, when the truth is, even though you feel like you've tried everything, you have no idea where to even start. So let me set you straight. The tic disorder isn't the problem. It is a sign that there is a problem, but conventional medicine does not see it that way. It's not that, oh, ticks just wax and wane. It's, why do they wax and wane? Why does my child have a tic disorder? Where is all of this coming from? We need to ask why, period. And that's really a missing piece of the puzzle for so many parents, because we're not asking why. So, to be honest, you will never have the answers you're looking for unless you look at the root cause of the problem. And as a parent, like I said, you've searched high and low for those natural treatments to tic disorders. Will ticks go away? You've tried the magnesium, you've tried the B6, you've searched Google natural remedies for tics and Tourette's. And I'm sure the list goes on. I know for me, the list absolutely went on. And you've done your research, you've tried all the natural treatment recommendations. Yeah, you still feel stuck. And it may not seem like all of the topics that I cover every week on TikTok Tuesday, on my blog, and my emails have anything in common, but they do. They're all addressing different types of stress that we encounter and that we try to combat day after day. And so many of us as parents, we think of stress as, my boss is a jerk, or there's a bully at school. But I'm going to ask you to step outside of that box and consider all types of stress. Stress isn't just the mental and emotional stress we initially think of about work, relationships, traumatic events, schools, friendships. Stress is so much more than that. And stress is anything that places a burden on the body. And I know what you're thinking. What are you talking about? What does this have to do with tics? Why? I just want to know why ticks come and go. So honestly, I always wondered that with my son too. We had good days, we had bad days. We had good months, we had bad months. We had good minutes, we had bad minutes. So out of the thousands of doctors of visits that we went to, we never discussed how ticks are associated with stress, all types of stress, leading to systemic inflammation, which leads to a dysregulated immune system. And this can be spurred on by so many different stressors. So tick symptoms can be highest when we have higher levels of inflammation in the body. Therefore, tick symptoms may increase in days where maybe you've eaten some foods that you're sensitive to that you shouldn't be eating, that you don't know you shouldn't be eating, like gluten, dairy for adults, a lot of caffeine and alcohol. Or maybe there is an underlying infection that you don't know is there that's causing a lot of inflammation in the body. So, when we have this systemic inflammation in the body, our immune system becomes dysregulated. Our anything that's going to trigger that, any kind of stress, is going to cause the immune system to go up and down, kind of like a roller coaster. We're on this highs and lows because the immune system is reacting to everything. So immune systems typically you think, well, they react to germs, but when we have a dysregulated immune system, any kind of stress is going to cause this roller coaster effect. You have ticks that wax and wane. You have good days and you have bad days because the levels of inflammation change in the body. When you have high levels of inflammation in the body, you have specialized immune cells in your brain called microglial cells, and these microglial cells become active. They're there to protect our brain. We need our brain for all of our bodily functions. And so these microglial cells get activated. And when that happens, we end up with a lot of excess glutamate in the brain, and it's very, very excitatory. So let's really talk about, yes, systemic inflammation is really why these ticks go up and down, why they wax and wane. But there's so many contributors to inflammation in the body and your immune response. So definitely food choices. You hear me talk about food all of the time because we're eating food. It's going, through our gut, through this, system that in one end and out the other. Constipation. So if you are struggling with constipation, your kid's struggling with constipation, stool pathogens can be at play. IBS, like one day they are constipated, one day they have diarrhea. We're looking at gut microbiome imbalance, underlying infections, stress, now physical, mental, and hidden stress. So those hidden stressors are those things that we're talking about, the foods, the gut health, underlying infections. But you also have to consider physical stress. So physical stress, are they outside, pushing a wheelbarrow all day? Are they sitting on their butts all day long at school? Sitting on your butts is a form of physical stress. Um, Nutrient deficiencies. So when we look at nutrient deficiencies, we're not looking at magnesium and B6. We're looking above and beyond. What are those deficiencies? And how are those deficiencies actually related to your genetics? Toxins in our environment, phthalates, parabens, just to name a few, herbicides, pesticides, heavy metals, just to name a few, to put a few things on your list. So you have to consider everything in your lifestyle and environment that contributes to inflammation. And these kids with this dysregulated immune system are going to really be triggered by so many things. So it's not just one thing causing inflammation, and I can see that. It's many things. So when your child is experiencing these tics that come and go, it's confusing and it's frustrating. And it's like riding a roller coaster. There's ups and downs. And some days we are great with very little or no symptoms, and some days things are off the charts. Next time you're experiencing the tic disorder roller coaster, consider those underlying stressors. But if you want to get to the root of those underlying stressors, I'm going to tell you how. I was frustrated just like you. I was frustrated until I created my comprehensive neuroimmune analysis system. This is the exact system I have used to help recover my own son's tics. And now it's the system that I use with my clients all over the world. The reason you're not getting to the bottom of your child's tics is because you don't have the data. Plain and simple, you don't have the data. And I know you're heartbroken watching your child struggle and they're defeated by their tic disorder symptoms, and you're completely frustrated with the total and complete lack of support from your doctors. The person who you've always relied on from day one for your child's health is telling you, just sweep it under the rug and move along. And you really refuse to settle for sweeping it under the rug. You just refuse to settle. And if your check engine light is on in your car and you just don't continue to drive around with that check engine light for 10 years, sweeping it under the rug and ignoring it, you go to the mechanic and he hooks it up to his diagnostics and you get answers. So here's my point. If your car was having good days and bad days, your mechanic would be able to tell you why, because he tests. He hooks it up to his diagnostics. He tells you why, what is going on under the hood. And you would be so mad if you went and took your car, your check engine light was on, and your mechanic comes out and he walks around the car and he goes, "Meh." Hopefully the light will turn off. Hopefully your car will grow out of it. You'd be angry and you'd get a new mechanic. And so why do we have to settle for chronically ill children? Why do we have to settle for a child who cannot control their own body? And I know that you're officially overwhelmed. You've done all the internet searches. Like I said, you've tried all the things, the CBIT, the chiropractor, the OT, and you're desperate for relief because you feel like none of that other stuff has worked. And you want answers to why your child is jerking their neck and why they're blinking so heavily and why these tics wax and wane. Yes, we know inflammation is at the root of why they're waxing and waning. But where is that inflammation coming from? You have to connect the dots. And I know because I've been there, you want to see your child focus in school. You want them to get a driver's license. You want them to go out with friends without being stared at. You want to be able to simply take your family to the movies without the entire movie theater looking at you when your child clears their throat the entire time. And honestly, as a parent, you long for the feeling of relaxation and reassurance. You want a release from the anxiety and stress that this disorder has caused your child and your family. And you really know that deep down, something is wrong with your child, and being told to ignore it is the complete opposite of the solution that you're desperately looking for. Plus, it can only be ignored for so long before you are handed a prescription to manage symptoms. You've now been told to sweep it under the rug, and we're just going to put a band aid on those symptoms. So it's just more what I like to call band aids and bullshit. So, in order for my clients to reduce tic disorder symptoms naturally, they need the support and knowledge as to why tics are happening in the first place. You need the ability to understand what the heck is even happening. You need a data driven step by step plan. And the drink here. If you want to know why your child has tics and why they come and go, you need to know what those underlying stressors are. What are those underlying stressors that are causing issues inside your child's body? And really, for me, you need a comprehensive neuroimmune analysis. Test, don't guess. Find out what's at the root. And I am so, so passionate about find out what the heck is going on inside your child's body if you want answers. And when I'm talking about testing, when I'm talking about lab data, I'm not talking about just any old like blood test that you're getting from your regular old doctor. You need this comprehensive neuroimmune analysis so that we can create a roadmap to recovery. So comprehensive neuroimmune analysis helps us to create a real-time snapshot of what's happening inside your child's body. And we're not just going to simply sweep it under the rug anymore. We're going to look at your child's whole body. It's important to take a comprehensive look at your child, and it's not just about the symptoms. But you have to know how the body is functioning, and you can only do that by taking a look under the hood. And this is the key to figuring out truly what's happening. This will allow you to support your child and make the right decisions every step of the way. My process gives you the support and confidence that you need to no longer feel alone on this journey. You have a hand that to hold every step of the way. And I give my clients all the education, tools, resources to be successful, meal plans, shopping guides, individual protocols, unlimited voice and text messaging, individual one-on-one sessions with me and my team. This isn't just surface level. This isn't questions about age and weight. And we're going to go deep, and I'm going to get to you. I'm going to get to your child, and I'm going to get to your entire family. We're going to chart progression all the way from birth because you need data. And really, this functional lab testing is a huge piece of the puzzle when it comes to reducing tic disorder symptoms. So honestly, it's time to get the data you need so that we can create that roadmap to recovery. And we're going to get to know your child from the inside out. You, as a parent, are going to have a PhD in your child by the time we are done. And comprehensive neuroimmune analysis gives us the insight we need to create that plan specifically for your child. What I used for my child. It's what I used for my client. And a roadmap to recovery equals unparalleled support and insight to what's really happening inside your child's body so that you're finally able to tackle those tic disorder symptoms faster without feeling overwhelmed by the late night searches and no longer feeling ignored by your healthcare provider. You have the confidence to finally help your child with their tics. So we know that ticks wax and wane with inflammation and an imbalanced immune system. But do you want to keep experiencing those symptoms, or do you want to figure out what's really happening inside your child's body? So we know that that inflammation goes up and down, their immune system is dysregulated, but what's causing all of that? You need to get to the root cause in the first place. So as a parent, I know that the symptoms your child is experiencing are connected to stress, environment, lifestyle, and even what's going on in our family. So that is really where we're looking at. Yes, we know ticks wax and wane. We know that they come and go. There's good days and there are bad days. But you need to know what is impacting those good days and the bad days from the beginning. I can see it in my own child. My clients can now see it in their own children. But I give you the tools and resources you need to really figure out what's at the root so that we can connect those dots so you know how to get that immune system back into balance. All right.